Hey guys, I'm Sean, and yesterday when I got home from band camp, there was these awesome Amazon boxes waiting for me on the doorstep, which were really unlikely because they were supposed to get here on Friday and they got here on Wednesday, so I was super excited about that. And then I took the blasters out of the boxes and everything, and I got a few Elite blasters and some vintage blasters, some reissued blasters, and then a bunch of extra stuff. But the thing that interested me the most was doing unboxing videos of all the blasters that came new in box. And I did that for all the blasters, including the Rampage Elite blaster, which I was super excited about, as well as the Retaliator. So, as I was uploading them to YouTube, I did something wrong and ended up deleting all of the footage of the unboxing videos, and that made me really mad, so I just stopped doing everything last night, and I just completely forgot about everything. And then earlier today I decided to repackage everything and redo my unboxing videos. So I didn't fully repackage the Retaliator because that would involve unscrewing it and taking off the clip well, and I just didn't bother with that because I spent like 5 minutes repackaging the Retaliator. So instead I'm just going to show you that this is the Rampage box, and as you can see there is a very serious overaged kid on here firing a Rampage there that is very unsize proportionate from him. And then it's got this little new thing, the Nerf Elite N-Strike logo on here, where the Elite is way bigger than the rest of everything else, along with its 75-foot range claims and the 25 dart slam fire thing up at the top. And that's something that people were a little interested about, is wondering whether or not the Rampage came with Slamfire, and of course it did because it's in a Raider shell, blah blah blah. So, here's the back of the box real quick. There's some cool things that I want to talk about on this box, but I won't talk about them until I show you the blaster itself. So there's a quick diagram showing the blaster and some of the things that everyone should already know about it, so nobody really cares about that. Here is the blaster itself in its almost reboxed form. I didn't actually rebox it, as I said, because that would involve taking off the clip well. But this is how it comes. The interesting... Whoa, I forgot to tape that in there. Well, that's that. That's how it comes out, is you just shake it and it comes out. No, but that's the blaster sitting up in the top there. I'll just go ahead and take that out. But the dart drum sits back here, and then in the middle there was this pack of darts, and then down here is where the clip well went. But the darts could have easily fit over to the side here, where this would have housed the shield that we all saw in the pictures of the blaster before it was released. Everyone thought that the blaster was going to come with a shield, but it didn't. So here's the drum. Undoubtedly they will sell a Rampage that comes with a shield, and that'll be like a special edition, kind of like they did with the Barricade, where it came with a stock after they originally sold the Barricade. So here's the 25 round drum. And as you can tell, it's very different from the original Raider 35 round drum because it was offset from the clip, and the clip is centered on this one. Another thing is that the logo is made so when it's sitting in the clip well, it's facing up. But this one, the logo is designed for bottom loading blasters because it's facing this way. In the Rampage, it would slide in this way, and the logo is actually sideways. So here's the Rampage. This is the part that you're all really interested in. I think that the blaster looks absolutely fantastic, and the white detailing looks really cool on there. Something else I noticed about these blasters is the fact that it's white with black backgrounds and white lettering, and then on the Raider here, it's a white background and black lettering. So that's just a quick example. This does have the digital camo texture on it, which I thought was really cool that they continued that into the Elite line. And the blaster forms and functions exactly like a Raider did. It's just got a direct plunger, which is the big difference between this and the Raider, is the fact that this has a direct plunger and the Raider had a reverse plunger. Now the cool thing about direct plungers is they work a million times better than reverse plungers in almost every category. So you gotta love that about reverse plungers. Now, or direct plungers, I'm sorry. Now, of course this has slam fire, as we've said. That functions exactly like a Raider does. I am not thinking of a whole lot of things to talk about on this blaster, so I'm going to go ahead and take this out and give it a quick range test and then come back inside and talk about ranges as well as one thing I forgot to mention in this video. Okay guys, so I've just range tested the Nerf Elite N-Strike Rampage, and this thing performed absolutely amazing. I got 55-foot flat, that was about my average, and then angled shots, I got anywhere from 76 to 79 feet. It performed over the top of the box and what it said it would. So I was extremely happy about that, is that their ranges actually lived up to what they were saying. So that's that for the Nerf Elite Rampage's ranges. There's not a whole lot else I want to talk about range-wise, except for the fact that if you take the air restrictor out, you should get right around 80, anywhere from 80 to 90 feet. So that's that. I think if you get this, you might as well take the air restrictor out, unless you want to keep its stock value. But then again, no Nerf blaster is very valuable stock unless it's in the box, for the exception of like crossbows and stuff. But one other thing I wanted to talk about before I ended this video was the drum itself. And I've already said a few things about the drum, but there is something that I wanted to talk about, and that's the fact that on the box, the drum is shown, well, there's a bigger picture on the back, where the box is shown clear, and it comes solid on both sides. And I didn't think too much about it until I realized that the clear clips were a big thing in the whole Elite line, because all of their clips are half clear and half solid, but this one comes fully solid. And I don't know if the clear clip was an idea that just didn't go through and was left on the box or not. But of course on the front here, it shows the clip solid. So that's that about that. And there's nothing else I really wanted to talk about on the Elite Rampage. So as always, stay Nerf.